live in the prime time. We're live in prime time. It's 8 o'clock Eastern time. How you doing, you guys? Welcome to the show. It's 8 o'clock Eastern, and that can only mean one thing on a Thursday night. Live with Traveling with Bruce. Here we go. News be damned. Sitcoms be damned. We're here on prime time. How are you guys doing? Long time no see. I did my 5 o'clock show. I think it went fairly well. I think we had some fun there. A couple good points raised. A couple good questions came in today, and I was very happy about that. And I'm back for 8 o'clock prime time. This is now, I think, my third week that I've been doing 2 shows on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And I'm kind of watching my numbers to see which of the two does better than the other. Are they kind of the same? I can go to my analytics and ask my analytics will show me how many subscribers are watching live, actually live, and how many subscribers watch the show live and after hours, just on this episode. I can get it right down to this episode. I'll have those numbers in about 2 or 3 days. Then I can say, well, how many of these folks are watching the live show that are not subscribers? And then how many non-subscribers watch the live and the recorded show after? It's fascinating how I can break it down into these little segments just to see where it's headed. The overall trend on the live streams themselves is up. The live streams are growing in viewer popularity, live and after hours. Now, I've had a couple of episodes. There's an earthquake where we've had real activity on the live stream, or certainly after. The one live stream I did about the rumble in the South Pacific jungle on the Carnival Liberty, that live stream, it had a good run when I was live, but that paled in comparison. That video went to 10,900 views after the in the reruns. But I got to tell you, people were searching for actual fisticuffs, and so folks were only hanging around for 5 minutes watching me blabble away. They weren't getting with the program. Although I will say there were a high number of folks who did watch 10, 20, 30 minutes of the show, and some of those folks became subscribers because they kind of like the interaction we have between viewer and host, and questions being asked, and they were learning all kinds of stuff about cruising. Next thing you know, they kind of forgot all about the rumble and the South Pacific jumble. They want to know what we were talking about, and that was great. So I've had a few videos who have done rather well in the after hours, let's say after hours. But overall, the trend is rising for the live stream. So that's fantastic news. The question I have to ask myself is, I'm on 6 days a week, Monday to Saturday. Do I do just one show a day? Or do I keep doing 2 shows on Tuesdays and Thursdays going forward? I have to eventually cut that back because the vocals can only take so much. I seem to have no problem finding stuff to talk about. I keep coming up with cruise information for you guys. But your questions to me also help me a lot, especially when you react to news going on in the cruise game or whatever's happening out there. It's fantastic. So welcome back to my chat. If you're new, if you've never been here before, I'm Bruce. I'm the host of this channel, this show called Traveling with Bruce. And I'm in Creston, British Columbia, up here in Canada. I'm 3 miles north of the Idaho border. It's just over here out my living room window. And today we did reach 40 degrees. I thought we were only at 38, but we had 40 today. Bit of meltage, not much snow left around here, just sort of on the side of the streets a little bit. But kind of cloudy today. We didn't get that beautiful sunny day that we were hoping for. Maybe tomorrow. They're promising partly cloudy skies tomorrow. I think we might hit 50 tomorrow. Looking good. And I love talking about cruise ships, cruise ship vacations, deals. I love putting videos together to talk to you about how you can get a good deal on a cruise. I'm not a travel agent. I'm not a paid spokesman for any of the cruise lines out there. By the way, I'm wearing green today. It's St. Paddy's Day. Happy St. Paddy's Day, everybody. So I just talk about cruising from my personal perspective, and I love the business, and love the new ships that are coming out. Love cruising myself, and so I love to talk to you folks and answer questions that any of you folks have, especially you newbies. There's a lot of people who are thinking about going on a cruise for the first time ever this year, next year. I bet you there are probably 5 million people right now thinking in the next 2 years that they might go on a cruise for the very first time. That's a lot of folks out there seeking information on this on this business. And of course, you'd be seeking information if you were ever going to go on your very first all-inclusive resort vacation. If you're ever going on your first visit to Disney World, you'd be looking for information. Why not for cruising? And the thing about cruising, though, there aren't really two ships or two cruise lines that are alike. Cruise lines are a bit different between each one, and that's where the subtleties come in. And you have to sort of know, well, what's the right cruise for you and your situation? Are you traveling with just a traveling partner or a spouse? Are you traveling with a friend? Are you traveling with a group? Are you traveling as a family? Are you retired? Are you still working? Are you young cruisers? Are you in your 20s, 30s, thinking of taking a quick holiday? Everybody has their needs, wants, and tastes, and cruise ships have their own personalities, and cruise lines. And so coming here, a good idea. You'll be able to converse with me and people who follow cruising closely, fans of cruising. But I get a lot of folks who join this chat who've never cruised before or are going on their very first cruise in the next month or 2 or 3 or 6 months from now. And they're using this channel as their conduit for information that they need to know. And so there are no dumb questions. If you have a question about cruising, you want to know something about what can you take on board, what can't you take on board, or how to get a good deal on a cruise, or how to pack for your cruise, or whatever, you just fire away. Just enter that in the little chat box down here. I'll answer the question as best I can. If I can't answer it, or if some of my viewers think that there's another way to answer the question, they'll pipe in. They'll start typing in saying, Bruce, you could also tell them about that, or that, or that. And that's what makes this show magic every night when we do it, this interaction between host and viewer. Now, my channel, it's 7 months old. I'm a newbie. I'm probably the fastest growing cruise discussion channel out there, I think. In 7 months, I've gone from 0 subscribers, no videos. We're at 1,300, what were we yesterday? 1,321 subscribers yesterday. We're now at 1,333, 1,334, something like that. We're growing very quickly. I'm very appreciative of that, of course, and it's because of my viewers and people who are finding me through search engines and recommended search and that type of thing through YouTube and Google. And the numbers are rising for my channel. My counts, my view counts are rising. My minutes watched are rising. We just passed 1 million minutes of watch time for my channel about a week and a half ago. I'm now at about 1,150,000 minutes of view time. It's unbelievable. Subscribers from around the world. I saw today I have 196 countries or territories where subscribers are watching me and are subscribed to. It's unbelievable. 196. Unbelievable. My #1 country, the United States of America. More Americans cruise than anyone else. And of course, the #1 port for cruise ships is Miami. And so it would make sense. I have a lot of Floridians that watch this show. I got a lot of friends. I got a whole bunch of new friends in Florida. I haven't showed up at their front door yet and said, hey, how's it going? I'm Bruce, traveling with Bruce, let me in. Only to have the door slammed on my face, because they don't want me there. Then again, you never know. But I've got viewers from Texas, from Pennsylvania, from North Carolina, South Carolina, from Michigan, Illinois. I own Chicago. I got subscribers and viewers from Chicago. I love Chicagoans. They're fantastic. St. Louis, Missouri. I've got folks in California. I have folks out of Las Vegas. I got folks out of Washington State, my neighbor, right over here. Don't think I have anyone from Idaho yet. Don't think anyone from Idaho has signed in and said hi. I've only had 1 or 2 people from British Columbia, where I am, actually, in BC. Very few. No one from Alberta yet. Not one. I used to live in Calgary. That's next door. That's about 5-6 hours away from by car. No one from Alberta. Ontario. I've got Ontarians who are finding me. Fantastic. And I have a viewer in Nova Scotia who watches quite often. Excuse me. Watches quite often. Quite fun. Quebec, of course. And then I think I have subscribers in, let me think a minute, New Hampshire and Rhode Island, Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, I already said that. Georgia. I have a viewer from Georgia for sure. If I'm missing anybody, you guys let me know. Oh, you will. You'll let me So what I encourage you folks to do, if you're new and you're just joining in, tell me where you're watching me from. What was your high temperature today? Make me jealous. We hit 40, and boy, we could use 70-degree weather around here so bad, but we're not getting that for a while yet. Let me know how it was for you. I got some news for you guys and some updates. Last thing I'll mention about my channel just before we get on with it. I'm still not monetized. I am not. You probably did not see an ad before the start of this video. If you did see an ad, would you let me know? Because that means I'm remonetized. But I don't think you did. I'm still not notified that I've been remonetized. And so I've been working for free now for 3.5 weeks. The only income I have, because this is my full-time job, this is all I do. My only income that I have is the generosity of my viewers like you, to coin a phrase from public radio or from public television. Super chat. If you're sending me a message, there's probably a little $ down at the bottom there beside your little thing. If you would love to help me, you can send me a donation on Super Chat. That would be appreciated. A number of you have, and I can't thank you enough. However, I have a gift for you. Those of you who watch me regularly know, excuse me, wondering what that noise was? It was this. It was my sheet of medallions that fell down on the floor. I am giving these away for any $10 donation or more to my channel. These are about the size of a quarter, and I'm sorry about the glare. They're about the size of a quarter. They are medallions of NFL teams, NHL teams, and some NBA and baseball teams here. I also have a couple of colleges as well. If you're college fans, the NCAA, the March Madness, let me know. I've got some medallions, but only like one per school. Let me know what school you want. I'll let you know if I have them. Send me an email. Anyway, these are available. I'm gifting these out at for a $10 donation or more. I'll mail them to you anywhere in the world. And I thank you very much for your support. Like I said, I've had a number of folks take me up on the offer, and I couldn't be more thrilled about that. I'm just going to put that board back there, but I don't want it to be too shiny. So pardon me while I adjust and watch the screen at the same time. How about that? Yeah, that's okay. Over here, I found a few extra medallions the other day. Again, I found the fire department right here. You know someone who's a fireman? These make great ball markers for golfers, by the way, on the golf course. The Army, the Air Force, the Beatles. I got the Beatles medallion right there. See that? Star Trek right there. I got a Star Trek medallion, and I've got the Navy. And so if you know of a service member who loves to golf, this is a great gift to give them. Otherwise, put a little bit of crazy glue on the back of these and glue these onto a wallet, onto a business card holder, onto a keychain, onto the back of your cell phone, on the back of your computer. Great gift for someone that you know is a nut for a certain team or a certain genre or whatever. Anyway, that's it for the commercials. I'm going to talk now to my viewers who are signing in like crazy. I got my phone here. See all these messages here? Look at this. Look at this. Look at them all. They're all here. So let's see who's here and say hi to everybody. We got Randy Lucas here from Paradise, California. He's online. Snow turned to rain this afternoon for us. Thank God. Loves to Travel's here. Hi, I'm back. Hello, I'm back. Welcome, Loves to Travel. Matt Wilson, hi, Bruce. Hi, Matt. Bob Hollis, hi, Bruce. 62 and sunny in Atlanta today. Finally warming up. That's right, Georgia. I got Georgia. Patrick Rakoff, isn't St. Patrick's Day Saturday? If I'm early, I'm early. I saw someone saying Happy St. Patty's Day, and I thought, is today St. Patty's Day? I better wear green. So I threw on my Saskatchewan Rough Rider shirt. Darren Chishizer, cheers from Bermuda. Darren, you got to be a newbie. This has to be a first time. How are you doing? I see you're right there. There you are, right there. I got you. How are you? What was your high temperature today? Break my heart. Come on, tell me how nice it was in Bermuda today. Welcome to the channel. This is fantastic. If you're a subscriber, that would be fantastic too. If you're not a subscriber, just so you know, and everybody else, you can subscribe by pushing the button here or pushing the button over here, like here. And there's a bell notification icon beside one of those two buttons. You click on that, you'll get an email every time I do a video. How easy is that? Welcome, Darren. He's saying Ides of March today, St. Pat's on Saturday. Ha! Okay, I'm early. I'll be wearing this on Saturday too. I'll wash it first. Debbie Emmanuel, hi Bruce. Raining and 46 in Chico. Rain in California is a good thing. That's what I'm thinking. At least at this time of year, we'll take it. Bob Hollis saying hi, Deb. Tammy Ray, hello everyone. I just subscribed. I love cruises. Tammy, we love you. You're here. Welcome, another newbie. Welcome to the channel. How many cruises have you been on? Let us know. What's the favorite cruise you ever took? Was it like a Mediterranean cruise? Was it a Caribbean cruise? What's your favorite ship? The gang will want to know. Believe they'll all say hi to you. This is fantastic. Welcome, Tammy. This is great. There, see, Bob Hollis. Welcome, Tammy. Already took 10 seconds. Unbelievable. Cam is saying, welcome, Tammy. Kathy Butler, good evening, all. Welcome, Tammy. Debbie Emanuel, hi, Bob. Dylan LaRue is here from Nevada. I was watching earlier. Now we get Bruce twice. Yes, twice as nice. Bruce is twice as nice. You get the prime time edition. Excuse me. Loves to travel. Hi, Tammy. Glad you showed up. Debbie Emanuel. Tammy, welcome and wonderful to meet you. Tammy, you've got friends already. This is unbelievable. It's not like we're ignoring you, Darren. We're not ignoring you. We're glad you're here too. Darren, just wrapped up 7 days on the Jade out of Miami. Nice cruise. I was on the Jade for a Mediterranean cruise. I love that ship. I really enjoyed it. That's great. Tammy Ray, Calgary, Alberta. I've got a Calgarian. I think that's my first one. This is awesome sauce. I used to live in Calgary. Matt Wilson, me from BC. Valerie Alain is here. Cambridge, Missouri, Cambridge, Massachusetts. Fantastic, Valerie. Welcome to the channel from Cambridge. Did you get a little bit of snow the other day? Foxborough got 2 feet, didn't they? Did you get some of that? Unbelievable weather. Kathy, how was the Jade? Darren, we want to know. Tammy Ray, I said Calgary, Alberta, right as he said I have no one from Alberta. Just see, yeah, great minds think alike. Darren is saying, hi, Kathy Butler. I had a great time, traveled solo. Gayleen Davidson, hi, Bruce. Sunny day, Summerland, 8 degrees here in British Columbia. Your medallion's on the way, by the way. Heather Young, hi, everybody. Hi, Heather. Darren is saying, really great ship and easy to navigate on board. It is, isn't it? Great. Did you go into the spa at all? The front of the ship? I love the spa on that ship. Michelle Lucas is here. I'm happiest when floating at sea. A lot of us are. You got that right. Wes Morrison, still 70 here in New Braunfels, Texas. Still 70. Way to go, Wes. That's awesome stuff. Loves to travel. At Tammy Ray, he will read the chat in a bit. Tammy Ray, minus 10 here and over 2 feet of snow. Snowing lots right now, and for the next few days, Calgary just can't get a break either. Unbelievable, just unbelievable. Samantha Farmer, no Bitcoin ones. No, I don't have any Bitcoin medallions, nothing like that, no. Let's see, Mary W is here. Hi, the snow finally stopped here in New Hampshire. And they're seeing more for us next week. Oh, come on. Come on. This is ridiculous. The only good thing, Mary and Tammy and everybody else, is that it is mid-March. And the days are getting longer. I mean, here in Creston, we're about to get 12 hours of daylight now. And the angle of the sun is getting up there. So when the clouds get out of the bloody way, the sun has a chance to, burn off some stuff. But those clouds got to go, man. Those clouds have got to go. And that Arctic air, get it out of here. Get out of here. Unbelievable. Isku Park. Hi, Bruce. 10 below Celsius here in Thunder Bay, Ontario. That's another newbie. You're a newbie. How are you? I've seen those back-to-back type 14-day cruises. They go for 7 days on the East Caribbean port at the port of starting point, then head out for a 7-day Western run. Those are great, aren't they? Those back-to-backs like that. Fantastic. Welcome to the channel, Isku Park from Thunder Bay, Ontario. Fantastic. Port William and Port Arthur, if I recall. Randy Lucas, hi, Debbie Manuel from your neighbor on the ridge. Heather Young, welcome, Tammy. Kathy Butler, so glad you had a great cruise, Darren. Debbie Manuel saying, hi, Randy, still jealous of your back-to-back-to-back cruise and can't wait to hear all about it. 3 cruises. Tammy, 4 cruises so far. Love the Caribbean. Planning to go Southern Caribbean summer of 2019. Yeah, because in Calgary, it doesn't get to 110 degrees in the summertime. We get 80s, 85, maybe 90 once. Overnight lows in the 60s, low 70s, mid 60s. But a cruise in the Caribbean for a Calgarian, no problem at all. Not a problem. Fantastic, Tammy. Thanks for that info. Darren is saying windy, windy, windy here in Bermuda. We get the nor'easters 3 days later. Yes. Oh, man. Unbelievable, Daryl. Unbelievable. I used to live in the Cayman Islands. We didn't get nor'easters. Well, actually, I should correct myself. Once a year, maybe twice. They would get what they called a nor'easter, but not a Bermuda or a Massachusetts nor'easter. We would get a nor'easter that would be the wind variety only, and it would be those trade winds that would shift on the island, would cause havoc along the beach. Unbelievable. There could be flooding. It could be something. As a matter of fact, when I moved to the Cayman Islands with my wife and daughter in '98, it was our, I think it was our second day there. A bit of a nor'easter blew in. Not a serious one, but nonetheless, caused some wave action. And for us, being from Calgary, moving to the Cayman Islands, what a difference. We're going from the 3,800-foot elevation in the foothills, the Rocky foothills, to a tropical island in the Caribbean. And our first full day there, these 15-foot waves are coming in. Oh, what a show. Unbelievable. Never seen it like that before. But then we realized how rare it was for the island. But nonetheless, it was quite interesting to watch. What do we got here? Okay, Darren, windy. Deanne is here today. Hi, Deanne. I've missed you for a few days. Good to see you again. Welcome back, Deanne. Gorgeous day, 64 degrees after some refreshing rain. More rain forecast for tomorrow. And then Darren is also saying sunny in the 60s through here and there. That's in the Bahamas, or in Bermuda. Excuse me. Judy Anstes is here. Hey, Bruce. You know I am here. Laugh out loud. Still raining in Sacramento. Welcome, Judy. Lisa Blakemore. Hi from New Jersey. It's cold and windy. Need a cruise, vacay, but we'll settle for chocolate and coffee. Well, that's what you got to do. It's what you got to. You put a little bit of, get that hot chocolate up there, and then throw in a little bit of the Baileys, maybe, something like that to kind of, smooth it out a bit. Welcome, Lisa. Loves to Travel says, I will have to count how many I have done. Yeah, check out how many cruises you've been on. Scott Batchley, hi, Bruce. Made it back again. Windy in Ventura, but the sun is out before the next storm they are forecasting. And Samantha Farmer is saying, who here has done more than one back-to-back? I have done 4 back-to-back, working on living full-time all year. She wants to live all year on a cruise ship. Darren, Jared, back again from Bermuda. What's a back-to-back like? Good, bad, ugly? Have thought about it before, maybe doing the 4-day followed by a 7th. Darren, there's no end to the variety on that. Samantha's saying it's the best. Jessica Duncan is here. Been watching, but haven't chatted lately. It was 60 today in East Tennessee, but so windy. The kitchen cabinet blew open from the open window. Now that's windy. That's crazy, Jessica. Love to Travel saying, I think the best cruise I took was back in June on the Holland America Koningsdam 13-day midnight sun Norway cruise. Oh, that would be fantastic, spectacular. Sylvan Forrest is saying hi to me. Hi again, Bruce, and everyone. Overnight temps dropping fast here in Delray Beach, Florida. Luckily, we have a working heating system. Something not everyone here owns. We are lucky. The Cayman Islands, same thing. A lot of folks in the Caymans, they don't have any heating systems. In January, we hit one day 54 degrees for the overnight low. 54! Crisis. Almost a national crisis. I tell you, under 50, Cayman Islands is in trouble. It's cold. AJ Walsh, raining and cold in Las Vegas. No dust today in Vegas. Dust-free Vegas. Tammy Ray at Samantha Farmer. I would love that if I lived in Florida and I didn't have to worry about flight costs, being able to drive to a cruise or whatnot. Cam Wilson. Hey, everyone. Hi, how are you, Cam? Nice to have you. So back-to-back cruising. We talked about this in the 5 o'clock show. Happy to talk about it again on the 8 o'clock show. Just a quick recap for those of you who are new and don't know what it is or have never done it before. Back-to-back cruising is simple. You book 2 cruises in a row on the same ship, generally speaking, or you book 2 cruises in a row that might leave from, say, Miami or Fort Lauderdale. You take the first cruise, and then you get off that first ship, and take a second ship that afternoon for another 7-day cruise on a second itinerary. So now you've got maybe you've got a Holland America for the first cruise and you've got a Norwegian for the second one, or you're taking a Norwegian and a Royal Caribbean. Now, with Florida, the handy thing about Tampa, not Tampa, but Fort Lauderdale and Miami, is you can do a back-to-back at each port. So you could take the first cruise out of Miami, come back to Miami, get off the ship around 8, 9 in the morning, grab a shuttle up to Fort Lauderdale, and get on a ship at Fort Lauderdale for the second cruise. And you'll be there in an hour, hour and a half, no problem. You can do that as well. But a lot of folks like taking back-to-backs where they're on the same ship for 2 consecutive trips. And what I recommend you do if you're thinking of something like that is go to the website called vacationstogo.com and use it as your primary identifier of cruises, and also allows you to track pricing. And what I'll do is, if I'm looking at, say, a back-to-back on the same ship, maybe a Holland America ship or Norwegian, or just Caribbean in particular, I'll coordinate that website search engine, which is easy to do. I have a video, by the way, I've done on how to use vacationsgo.com. I put it up about 10 days ago. Check it out. I show you exactly how to operate it. It's easy, but it's easy once you've done it a couple of times. But anyway, you can make it so specific. You can say, show me cruises, just Caribbean cruises from Florida ports, or any Florida port, for, say, January of 2019, any cruise line 7-day cruises. Just show me those. You'll get every one of those. And then you can organize them in dollars or organize them in a chronological sequence, whichever way you want. But if you see a good deal on, say, the Eurodam on Holland America for January, say, 7th, just pick a day, you can then look at all the Eurodam cruises behind that or before that and see if the cruise before or after is just as cheap. Maybe you can book a back-to-back on that ship for 14 days, and you don't even have to change your room. Now, I'm assuming you can book the same room on both cruises. If you're booking well enough in advance, you will be. But if you're booking last minute, you might not be. You might get one cruise on the 14th deck and the other cruise on the 10th deck. You never know. But checking with vacationstogo.com, when you get ready to book it, you just dial their 800 number. Now you're talking to a live travel agent who will guide you through the process. They might be able to find you a room for both cruises back to back. Let me just check some more messages here, making sure I'm up to speed because they keep coming in. Okay. Samantha, what back to back full time? Tammy Race, Kristen, Darren. My boss and hubby got back from a 7-day FTL. I'm going to say Florida, Cuba, Holland America, Veendam. Said the ship was so boring, we'll never take the ship again. Or Fort Lauderdale to Cuba. They were on a Fort Lauderdale to Cuba on the Holland America Veendam. A darn boring old ship. Yeah, well, the Veendam is not the Royal Caribbean Symphony of the Seas or Harmony of the Seas with the simulated surf riding wave machines and the rock climbing walls and the big time water slides. And no, the Holland America Veendam is perfect for a 62-year-old and his wife who want a nice quiet cruise and not to be bothered by those young whippersnappers running around like crazy. So, okay, maybe your boss is into a little more action than the Veendam was offering. Give your boss another 20, 30 years, and then we'll see. Tabby saying, Samantha Farmer, I would live on cruises instead of in a house. Samantha's Tommy Ray, join us at cruisefulltime.com. She's pushing that website of hers. Mark the Lost Traveler, hello, all of you cruise people. Mark the Lost Traveler, welcome back. How are you, buddy? I use vacations to go all the time, he says. Samantha's going to check it out. Matt, advantage of back-to-back. If you buy something in a port and decide you don't like it, return it next week. Gets your priorities straight. There you go. Debbie Emanuel, hi. Mark the Lost Traveler. AJ Walsh is saying great back-to-back is on a Royal Caribbean Oasis class ship. They are so big, Can't appreciate everything in a week. That's right. Those things are massive. They're behemoths. Now you can relax. You know you've got 14 days to enjoy it instead of 7, or 10 instead of 5, whichever kind of cruise you're taking. Matt, laugh out loud. Love that. Samantha, AJ Walsh, very true. Randy Lucas is saying we've done 5 back-to-back so far, and we love them. Our back-to-back-to-back in April is an Eastern Caribbean, followed by a Western Caribbean, followed by a 15-day transatlantic ending in Copenhagen. Now, how about that for a back-to-back-to-back? Awesome sauce. That is fantastic. And with that last one, that's a repositioning cruise. The deal on that, you can't be beat. Just makes sense. You're going to have probably, what, 29 days? 7, and 15, I'm assuming is what you're doing. The cost per day on the average is just going to be so affordable. Fantastic. Make sure that belt of yours on those slacks have an extra notch, though. Just a heads up, you know. Larry Blake, on a back-to-back, what happens to your liquor? What happens to your liquor on a back-to-back? Well, Larry, I'll put it this way: if you're in the same cabin, your stuff stays in your cabin. So if you've got some leftover booze, it just stays there. You just keep consuming. On the other hand, if you're getting off the ship, let's say you're coming back to Miami and you're going back out from Miami, same ship, you can get off the ship if you want, and you can take a cab to a nearby. Better half just gave me some advice. She's not going to show her face though, because you know she looks like Jennifer Aniston, as you folks are speculating, or as I've been speculating. Now she's giggling, she's snickering. But you can get off the ship and grab a cab, head to a Walmart or to a Costco if you want, pick up some stuff and bring it on board on a carry-on. Take a carry-on off, empty, load it up, come back. You can bring 2 bottles of wine. Depending on the cruise line, you can bring bottled water, or cola, soda, whatever you want, and that's for your next week at U.S. prices in Miami or Fort Lauderdale. Just a suggestion. Darren is saying, okay, just so you know, my boss is 54 and her hubby is 60. Ha ha ha! And they were bored on the Holland America Veendam. Well, you know, if they go on, say maybe Holland America is not for them, so they may well be Royal Caribbean type clients, or Norwegian on the bigger ships like the Getaway, or the new one that's coming, the Bliss. That one's got the electric go-karts on the back of the ship, 1,000-foot long double-decker track powered with go-karts powered electronically. They still make sounds, so they have speakers behind your ears, sound like gasoline engines. That might be for them. I don't know. They're probably just, they think they're, you see, today's 54, really, it's actually today's 34. Because if you're 54, you're actually like 34. See, I'm 62, I'm like 42. See, that's what we're saying. 75-year-olds think they're 55. Okay, so just so you know, Samantha Farmer, Randy Lucas, nice. My record is 4 back-to-backs in a row. Loves to travel. Bruce, yay. The Koningsdam is for older generation. Not much to do. It was new and very nice ship though. Yeah, it would be beautifully nice luxury liner. Great 5-star service and food. Yeah, for my age, perfect. Absolutely perfect. Sean Johnson, Pacific Northwest and Alaska back-to-back is on my bucket list. Right on, Sean Johnson. Randy Lucas, yep, 29 days total. That's going to be great, man. Going to be fantastic. Loves to travel. Hi, Bruce's wife. Yeah, hi, Bruce's wife. She's gone. She's tucked in the bedroom now, closes the door. She's out of sight, out of mind. Doesn't bother me, and is not part of the show. I've told her, though, you know, I said to her, you know, what if I said to the viewers that if we could get like, I don't know, like $300 of Super Chat money come in, that you'd make an appearance? You know, like, what's your price? What would it take for Super Chat donations to be made for you to make an appearance? She hasn't given me a dollar figure. So, you know, any of you guys have anything in mind, you let me know. I'll rent her out. I don't know. I'm trying to raise some money. I don't know. What can I say? Get a medallion, or you get to see my wife. What would you like? Sometimes I just think funny things. She's going to hit me later when she sees this. Let's see. Mark Lost Traveler. Really? You look 35. Mark, you dog. Thank you very much, sir. Scott Batchy, say hi to your wife for all of us. And S. Swan is saying, hi, Bruce. Back from Greensboro, North Carolina. Still nice in Greensboro. Don't know. The temperature was comfortable. I'm not quite sure if it wasn't that good or was it that good. Sylvia, you're back. Mark the Lost Traveler, wife, you say hi to your wife for us. Maurice, any update on the MSC Seaside? Maurice, I can tell you that the prices are low. There's an update for you. You can get a balcony on the MSC Seaside last minute right now for the low price of about $435 balcony per person. I had a viewer earlier today on the early show tell me that they live in the Tampa, Florida area. All kinds of ads in the Tampa area for the Seaside, because the Seaside people, the MSC people, they know that folks living in Tampa can just drive over the state of Florida and drive and quickly get onto that ship at a last minute. So they're offering cruises for next week, the week after, at super cheap prices because of all the cancellations that are coming in from all the folks hearing all the stories and all the problems that the Seaside has been having. And the Seaside is desperate to bring bodies on board at even prices like that. It's unbelievable. Brand new ship, first time in the Caribbean area. What, 3 months old? $435, $450 for 1 week balcony Caribbean cruise on a brand new ship. What does that tell you? Trouble in paradise. It's unbelievable. So that's what I'm hearing today, even today. Samantha Farmer, Maurice, still nasty, she's saying. Sean Johnson, any tips for things to do in the port of Galveston or for the Liberty of the Seas? Only 16 days until embarkation day. You'll have lots to do on the ship. There'll be no trouble on the ship. But Galveston, if you're getting there, let's say the night before your cruise, depends on what time you obviously get there, how much time you have to do any running around you need to do. But I'd look up some YouTube videos. Just go to the YouTube channel, hit the search bar up there, and enter Galveston or visiting Galveston. Watch videos, what people have gone to see. That's how you get some ideas. That's what I'd be doing. Let's see. Sylvia saying, wife must be camera shy. Laugh out loud. Temp was 62 degrees at 5 p.m. Samantha Farmer, Sean Johnson, they have a nice water park there. There you go. Mark the Lost Traveler, Interline Seaside, 7 days, $399. How about that? Can you handle poop smell? That's the question. Can you handle lousy food in the buffet? Can you handle opera for your entertainment? Can you handle announcements in 6 languages that are just driving people batty? Can you handle so-so workmanship in some of the cabins where closet doors are falling out of their tracks, almost hitting you in the head when you walk by? It just goes on and on and on. It's not one thing. There's a multitude of issues with the ship that have been plaguing people. And every week I hear a new one. I hear a new one. And I wonder, when is this thing going to be, up and running again? When is it going to be fixed? I heard a story about one passenger telling me that their key, they have the card, you scan the card outside the door and it electronically opens up. They have a sensor, key sensor. And how the key sensor wasn't working for their cabin. So they would walk down take the elevator, walk down to guest services, complain because they couldn't go in the room to call them. They had to, of course, go down there. And they would send a person up to the room and they would get it fixed and then would work for a day, a couple hours, and not work again. And, you're coming and going. You don't want to, you're in your bathing suit. You were just swimming. You got a towel around you. You want to get inside, have a shower and change and go have dinner. And you can't get in your darn room. Well, eventually what ended up happening with this one couple on this one particular room, the electrician had been called back like 4 times in 2 days. The electrician literally went downstairs to his own room, his own cabin that he lives in, took the sensor off of the wall in front of his cabin, brought it upstairs, took their sensor off, put his sensor on, and they had a working sensor for the rest of the cruise. They looked at him and they said, "Why did you use yours?" He said, "We don't have any spares. We only have the sensors that came with the ship. We don't have any spares. So if someone else's sensor starts going on the fritz, we don't have a replacement sensor unless we're stealing from the staff." Come on. You got to be kidding me. what is it, 1,400, 1,600, 1,800 rooms? That's how many sensors there are. Unbelievable. These are going to fail from time to time. Couldn't believe it when I heard that story. That was just insane. Just insane. Let's see here. Sean is saying, thanks for arriving, staying in Kemah the afternoon before. That's in the Galveston area. Sean is saying. Maurice saying, should I cancel it because my full payment is due in 4 days? Oh man, yeah. I mean, look, if you paid top dollar for it and you can cancel it, you'd want to do it just for economic purposes because cruises are now being offered on that cruise for the 400s. A lot of people have been canceling out and booking on Royal Caribbean, Harmony of the Seas, a lot of other ships because we're not having these issues. Yeah, you really got to ask yourself. Now, I will say this. I will defend the Seaside somewhat. I've had people say to me, I've been on the Seaside. I had no problems. I asked them, where was your cabin? And they would tell me that they had a balcony on an upper level. And I said, good, you're fine. Because if you're higher up and you've got an outside balcony room, you can always open your door to let in fresh air. And you're high enough away from where the poop smell apparently is centered, which is the lower decks. The folks on deck 4, 5, 6, they've been having problems. But for a while, I was hearing stories of this odor coming right into the lobby, into that atrium lobby. That's just spectacular. But these other complaints really turned people off big time. The ship is being run like a European cruise line for European tastes, and it's not going over well with a certain number of North Americans and their dislikes. I will also defend the ship and say that a number of people who've gone on the ship have told me that they've been up in the yacht club, the upper level, and it's very nice, and that there's a restaurant up there as well, and it was very good. So there's that. But I then heard the other side of people saying, well, I was on room so-and-so, and I went to the main dining room for dinner, and the choices weren't all that great. I ordered a drink, Caesar, or rum and Coke, whatever I ordered. And it turns out that the waiter had to leave the dining room to go 200 feet down the hall to one of the bars down there to get the drink and bring it all the way back. Had to walk 400 feet to bring me a drink. Took 20 minutes. And so there were these kinds of complaints also in the mix. So to each his own. I gotta tell you what I know, tell you what I've heard. You may want to do some YouTube watching the next couple of days. Just enter MSC Seaside. You'll see all kinds of reviews. Jim Zimmerlin, 170,000 subscribers. He's a lot bigger than I am. Been around a long time. He was on that cruise and called it one of the worst he'd ever been on. And you want to watch that video. He'll tell you what he didn't like. He'll tell you what he liked because he liked things about the ship. And he'll tell you what he didn't like. And then make up your mind from there, perhaps. I tell you, you got to check it out. Let's see. Mark the Lost Traveler, where was that ship built? Good question, sir. I'm not sure now. I'm not sure. We'll figure it out. Wes Morrison in Galveston, I would do Moody Gardens. They have glass. They have glass. Glass enclosed rainforest at Moody Gardens. Thank you, sir. I just saw your second message down below. Samantha Farmer, Maurice Lathan, yes. S1, been seeing the MSC Seaside commercials too in Greensboro, balconies, 439. Yeah, see what they're doing? They're advertising like crazy. It's a battle. It's a battle between social media and regular media for the hearts and minds and dollars of travelers. And I feel sorry for people who don't know, what we know, so far what we know, because I think they should be entitled to, understanding what's happening here. Sean saying, thanks, Wes Morrison. Wes Morrison, glass enclosed. James Lambert is here. Not going to cancel mine. Going in May. MSC Seaside Yacht Club. Hope it's just as good as Davine. So, yeah, the Yacht Club, I think it'll be fine. You're going to be okay. Larry Blake on the back-to-back. I buy liquor on ship. Do they let me keep it? Yes, I believe they do. Anyone know any different than that? Yeah, Samantha saying yes, they do, Larry. Maurice, my cabin is on deck 9 and it's a balcony. Okay, I think you're going to be all right. You should be okay. Deck 9 balcony, but these other factors, keep an eye on it. Now, like I said, if you paid $800 for your balcony, $900 for your balcony way back when, right now you can get that cruise ship for $439. Contact your travel agent or whoever you book through to see if you can get a price reduction on your cabin, because you might have paid $200, $300, $400 too much. Just saying. So maybe you can get some kind of compensation for the fact that the price has been cratered so much, because you still have time to cancel and turn around and rebook, because they've got vacancies from what I can tell you. Okay, so mention that. I'll just mention that to you. Yeah, that's what Samantha's saying too. Kathy, Yacht Club should be fine. Wes Morrison, Sean, there is a NASA Johnson Space Center as well. And Kathy's saying it was built, I think it's Italy, Fincantieri in Italy. Bob Hollis is saying as well, in Italy. Randy Lucas, Michelle tells me our cabin often smells like poop. Not sure where it's coming from. No. Betsy Lane, hello, Zero in Hamilton, Ontario. Hi, Betsy, welcome back. Sylvan Forest, MSC Seaside was built in Italy. Exactly. Thank you, Sylvan. Kathy, laugh out loud. Randy. Bob Hollis, has anyone sailed on MSC Divina? Any thoughts? I've heard good things about MSC Divina. All good things. Ship was built a few years ago. Well run. Well staffed. No issues. The MSC Seaside, completely new design, new everything, new engineering, complete new from the ground up, or from the hull up. Problems. Hopefully it's teething problems, first year problems maybe. They got a second one being built just like it right now. It's under construction. It'll be ready in the next couple of months. I hope they paid attention to the first one. Lawrence Bell, even though the price is good, it ain't worth it. The entertainment isn't good, and regular at dinner is awful. See, I'm telling you, there are other issues. Debbie, Randy, Poo-Pourri would be a nice cruise gift for her. Yes, a little potpourri might go away is in that cabin. Yes. Food, Lawrence Bell is saying the food is awful. Isku Park. I watched a video that said they found the problem was a poor venting mix-up on their gray water system. They said it was being repaired in the next 1 to 2 weeks. Yeah, we heard about this, that there was some issue mechanical that they were repairing 2 months ago, or a month and a half, 2 months ago, a long time ago. And then someone told me about 2 weeks ago, still smelled. So yeah, we think there's more to it. Mark the Lost Traveler, I don't, there's enough potpourri. I get it now. Mark the Lost Traveler in his own unique typing style. There ain't enough potpourri in the world for the Seaside. There ain't enough. That's how bad it is. Yuck! Unbelievable. Let me just see what was I going to tell you today? I had some news for you guys, and this is great. Your interaction is fantastic. Just going to say that Royal Caribbean announced with great fanfare the other day they are spending $900 million on refurbishments over the next 2 to 3 years on a bunch of ships. That sounds to me like about $100 million a ship for about 9 ships. Major renovations and a lot of add-ons. They're adding a much greater enhanced water park on every one of these cruise ships that are coming in for refurbishment. They're adding the trampoline deal with the harness on a bunch of these, and they want to add flow riders on the big ones, on the Harmony of the Seas and the Symphony of the Seas. They've got 2 flow riding machines on the back of the ship. On the Independence of the Seas and these others, they only have room for 1, but they're going to add 1 anyway. That's how popular they are. So they're adding that kind of product line to their ships. Sylvana saying, I can enjoy the opera, but bad food and odors, I have to say, nay. Yeah, amen to that, Sylvan. Debbie Emmanuel, Mark, you are probably right about that. Right, Deb. I hope my question makes sense. Maurice is questioning why he asked on MSC, why do we have to do the credit card machine for activated on cruise card to buy stuff on board? Normally they put the credit cards in the terminal. So why do you have to do the credit card for the activation on the cruise card to buy stuff on board? Yeah, MSC would know the answer to this one. I don't know. I agree with you on all other cruise lines. From my experience, when you check in on embarkation day in the terminal, the departure terminal, and when you check in, you hand them the passport, you give them a credit card, they swipe the card, put an authorization on it, hand it back to you, and your room key is now your onboard charge card, even good in the slot machine in the casino. I don't know why MSC is doing it the way they are. Not sure. I really I don't want to speculate. I'm not sure. Bob Hollis, I see where Harmony is moving to Port Canaveral in 19. Symphony is taking its place. Not sure where Oasis is going. Yeah, maybe Miami. They'll have like they'll have, or maybe Port Canaveral, Fort Lauderdale, Miami. Maybe Tampa. Yeah, we'll have to see, Bob, what's going on. Lawrence Bell, the Seaside isn't meant for younger crowds or Americans for that matter. Well, the Seaside does have the water slides, and they have a zip line, which they are charging $10 a ride for, by the way. That's not going over well. They do have a big children's play area, big water children's play area for the younger kids. But you know, they do want to. They want it to come off as sort of a 5-star, 5.5-star luxury cruise line for, you know, mom and dad and maybe older children to really enjoy the amenities. And the ship was stunning in design. It's stunning. It's really fantastic. The look of the ship is really different. They have that skywalk at the very back of the ship on the top, very top at the back. They have that circular walk around with a glass bottom, and you can look down. It's pretty cool stuff. But the issues are multiple, just multiple issues and problems. Sean Johnson, Bob, is Oasis going back to Fort Lauderdale at that point with Allure? We don't know. Sean Johnson, also doesn't Symphony have a new big facility being built in Miami? Yes, they do. There's a huge departure lounge being built there. Maurice, why is Disney Cruise Line so expensive? I think, Maurice, part of it is the number of employees that they need to operate all of the activities on board. I believe the cost of training the employees. I have a strong suspicion that a number of the employees are American. I think the costuming costs are higher. Some of the ships are operating. A couple of the some of the I think the 4. I think 2 of the 4 are older, and they cost a bit more to run on a per-person basis. So to bring in profits, you have to charge more. They can. That's another answer. They can. They do offer 5.5-star dining and service. It is nice. So it's not operated as a cheap line. You're on a nice line. They have 4 new ships on order coming in starting, I think, next year, and each year for the next 4 years. But they can get it. They're able to get the money, and no one is like them. There is no one else can operate a Disney Cruise Line against them. So they have kind of got that part of it wrapped up. And as long as adults want to bring those kids on board for that experience, they're going to get that money. That's how it is. Bob Hollis, also reading where Norwegian is gearing up for the sailings out of Port Canaveral. That's right, Bob. They are. Norwegian will have Port Canaveral, Fort Lauderdale, and Miami. They'll have all 3 going for sure. Mark the Lost Traveler, I think the Oasis is going to Port Canaveral, from what I heard, but you never could be a last minute change. You never know. Could be last minute change. And then Bob Hollis, Oasis has been at Port Canaveral for last year. Debbie Maurice, she's saying, Debbie's saying, because they can. Mark the Lost Traveler, because it's Disney and they can ask for whatever they want and they will get it. Mark has personal, first-hand experience with respect to the costs of a Disney cruise or 2. Direct, first-hand, and I don't want to press it because the memories, I think, are still too raw. Sorry, Mark. Mary Riggs is here. First-time live listener. Mary, welcome to the chat. Welcome to Traveling with Bruce. This is fantastic. I've only cruised on smaller ships, 1,000 to 2,500 people. There are many lines for the 4,000+ passengers, such as meals, entertainment, embarkation, disembarkation. Are there many lines? Very good question, Mary. I've been on a couple of ships of the larger size, and the answer is mixed. Yes and no. um, yes, of course. If you're looking to go on to, like, for example, I was on Norwegian Cruise Line, the Epic. Now, it's not the biggest ship in the world, but it's like the 12th largest now, 15th largest by now. Every new ship is larger than the Epic, but it's over 4,000 people. My wife and I wanted to see the comedy club. They had an improv group, like an improv troupe, and they were performing for, I think, 3 of the nights that we were on the 7-day cruise. My wife and I had been on the Norwegian Jade, or my daughter and I had been on the Norwegian Jade, I should say, and we saw the improv troupe, Second City from Chicago. Fantastic. We caught them 4 nights, and no reservation required. Just come to the lounge. First come, first serve. We get there 45 minutes before showtime. We grab the same booth every night. We'd have a drink brought to us from the waiter, and we're enjoying the drink. And 45 minutes later, the place is jam-packed, standing room at the back. The waiters are running around like their heads cut off, and passengers are now waiting a half an hour to get a drink. And we're just enjoying our drink from 45 minutes ago because we're babying it. And the show starts, and it's great. And we did that for 4 nights out of 7. On the Epic, we had to make a reservation to get into the room. The room was the bar, kinda. And what they did was they took all the tables and moved them off to the side, literally just shoved them away. They had all the chairs just sitting on the floor in some kind of a semblance of rows. No numbers, no nothing, just seats. And then you had to book your reservation with the reservation department for 2 seats. Then you had to line up, and you had to line up 45 minutes before the show started to get into the damn place, because they would allow 350 people in the room, but there were only about 250 seats. So 100 people had to stand. And so what would happen is an hour before showtime, the lineup would start outside the bar, which is closed. You can't get in it. You can't order a drink in advance. So you're standing in line. And then with about 15 minutes to go, they open the doors, and like a stampeding herd of cattle being chased by cowboys on the horses, we're all running in there for festival seating to grab a couple of chairs towards the front of the stage because we're all on the flat floor. The stage is only a foot off the ground. So you had to get the first 3 rows. Otherwise, you couldn't see what was going on. There were 10 rows ahead of you. And my wife is... she looks like Jennifer Aniston, by the way, but she's not all that tall. And so, she can't see the stage. So we got to get the first couple of rows. Well, this is really inconvenient. And now we're all sitting there, and we're thirsty for a drink because we've been waiting half an hour outside. Now we're inside. The poor waitresses, they can't. They got 300 people in 2 minutes in that room, jam-packed, and everybody wants a drink. Was not good. I hated it. Didn't like it. Very frustrating, very unorganized, and I wouldn't give it a good review. That was one instance where I was not a happy camper. On the other hand, on the Epic, they got a fantastic spa. It's at the back of the ship. It's on the upper level. It has its own balcony on the back of the ship, so you get to use the spas, the hot tubs, and you get to use the ceramic loungers. You pay extra for the privilege to go there. No kids. And then you grab a couple of towels, you go outside, 85 degrees in the shade, and there's the patio, the deck, balcony that's got to be 40 feet across, and you're looking out at the sea, watching the ship, leave the ocean behind, and they have these loungers outside. Fantastic! I love that. So Epic good, Epic bad. There you go. On these larger 6,000 passenger ships, yeah, you're going to run into a situation where for the big Broadway show, 1,500 seating, all seats are reserved. Show starts at 8. They might let you in at 7:30, 7:15. Okay, 7:15, you're probably one of the first there, but you're going to have to sit around a while and wait, or get there at 7:45, and it might be a bit hectic. But what do you want? You're going into a theater of 1,500 people. When you leave, you're in line to get out. But that's the same on the Jade. When my daughter and I saw a show on the Jade, there were 800 of us. We all left at the same time. Same problem. Buffets, they'll be larger, but there'll probably still be a lot of activity there. But you're going to have to just buy into it. On the other hand, if you like those 2,500 capacity cruise ships, you probably enjoyed the ambiance. You probably enjoyed the pace of a 2,500 passenger ship, quieter, not so crazy with children running around. Royal Caribbean, Norwegian, big ships, kids everywhere, having a blast, but everywhere. You might want to look into, if you've got a bit of a bigger budget, take a look at Viking Ocean Cruises. Check it out on YouTube. The ships are long, big, only balcony rooms, 930 passengers max, no one under 18 allowed on board, all inclusive. Very nice. It is probably the best deal for a 5 or 6 star luxury cruise line you're going to get. Because if you want to go 6-star luxury for Seabourn or Regent or Oceania, you're going to pay more per night than you would on a Viking Ocean Cruise. Viking Ocean Cruises are so successful right now. They've just added their 5th ship, and they're going to 16. They've committed to 16 ships, no larger than 930 passengers, 18 and over, average age 65. If you're 45, 55, 60, you want quiet, you want a relaxing cruise, Viking would be the way to go. I hope that helped. Some of my viewers will probably chime in with their thoughts too. Welcome to the channel, Mary. This is fantastic. Hope you subscribe. Bob Hollis, Oasis may be going west. Can't go to Tampa because of Sunshine Bridge. Smaller ships only. Thank you for that, Bob. I didn't know that. Fantastic. Kathy Butler, everything Disney is expensive, but the level of service, cabins, and food reflect the price. There you go. I've heard very good things about Disney, except the price, specifically from Mark the Lost Traveler. He specifically was the one to tell me how expensive it was. Mark the Lost Traveler, a lot of American work on that ship, so they are making $15 where the others get $5 a day. That's talking about Americans working on that cruise ship. There you go. Heather Young, welcome, Mary. DJ Rod 34 went on the Seaside 2 weeks ago. My daughter cut her foot in the kids' pool. 2 jacuzzis were closed. Cabin dirty on arrival, and poor selection food, and many more problems. Going to email and complain. See that? I didn't make this up. I'm reading it. It's real. The MSC Seaside is advertising like crazy up and down the east coast of the United States, throughout Florida, telling people $439, $449, $459 for a balcony room on the Seaside. DJ Rod 34 right here. Nightmare on the Seaside. What do you want to know now? You really want to go on this ship? I gotta say, I really wonder. Debbie Manuel, hi Mary. Mark the Lost Traveler, still paying 3 Disney cruise loans, laughing out loud. I knew I'd get him going. It was only a matter of time. I only had to drop a couple of these one-liners, and I'd get Mark going on Disney's pricing. I knew it. Love you, Mark. Randy Lucas, welcome, Mary. Bob Hollis, howdy, Mary. Kathy Butler, oh no, DJ Rod 34, I have heard of a serious lack of service and many areas not staffed or open. Is your daughter's foot okay? My question is, did you have it treated by the medical staff on board? And did you have to pay for it? And if you did it cost you a lot of money, or did you have insurance? Quite curious to know about that. Lawrence Bell, don't even think about Disney when they are having Star Wars or Marvel. Oh yeah, when they're having the theme cruise, don't go on Disney unless you're into it. If you're into Star Wars or Marvel characters, okay, but if you're not, Maurice, when was your last cruise, Bruce? And do you have any cruises booked for the future? Excuse me, folks. My last cruise was last year on Ruby Princess from Los Angeles to Mexico Riviera and back. It was the 3rd time I did a Mexican Riviera cruise. Same ports every time, Cabo, Mazatlan, and Puerto Vallarta. And I did it the first time on Holland America back in 08. Then I was on Princess, I can't remember the name of the Princess Sapphire maybe, back about, well, I was on the Princess cruise ship when Denver played Seattle for the Super Bowl that year. That's when I was on that, the first time I was on Princess. And then last year I was on Princess again. My next cruise, I haven't booked it yet. Targeting one for the fall of this year, maybe October, November is my guess. When I know, you'll know, and we'll do a meet and greet. So I'll keep you posted when I know. Right now, all my energies are on this channel, growing this channel, its subscribers, the quality of my work, and building up my income, because this is my full-time job. And right now, I'm surviving on super chats, purchases of these, and advertising revenue when I get some, when they remonetize me, because I'm still waiting for YouTube to remonetize this channel. Right now, we're flat, not earning a dime. Doing this from the goodness of my heart. Gayleen, 2 cruises with Holland, but want to try other cruise lines. I want more action too. So Norwegian or Royal Caribbean would be 2 I'd look at. Look at the Vista class for Carnival. I'd do that as well. Give those a try. Give those a try, Gayleen. Samantha Farmer, Viking sounds so boring. Samantha, it all depends on your wants, needs, and desires. That's really all I can tell you. Leslie Lovelies, I'm late, but better late than ever. Leslie's, welcome back. It's great to have you back here today. Kathy Butler, Mark the Lost Traveler. Did you do adult-only Disney cruise? Did you visit the spa? I think he was on there with the former Mrs. Mark the Lost Traveler and the kids, if I recall. But Mark can answer to that. Mary Riggs, thanks, Bruce. You're very welcome, Mary. Mark the Lost Traveler, yes, the spa was great, Kathy. Great, he said. Maurice, do you think they should take the MSC Seaside into dry dock so they can fix the poop smell? Boy, I don't know. I've said this before. If they haven't contacted the contractors that designed the plumbing system, there's something wrong here. MSC should be all over the shipyard. They should be all over the architects and the engineers that created this design to figure out what the problem is. Get people on board that ship and get them under there from down below and find out what the problem is. Hopefully the fix can be made at sea or between cruises and not a dry dock. But look, if the cancellation rate gets to be too much, they may have to take it out of service for a couple of weeks and just get it in there. But they got to identify the problem. So, oh, what a mess. Yeah, Kathy's saying they can't afford dry dock. Well, they're big enough they can afford it. They're a huge company, massive. Their parent company is the second largest container shipping company in the world with 531 offices worldwide. They're massive. So they have the dough, but the image and the prestige. But right now, look at the PR they're getting from us. I hate to be doing this. I would love to be lavishing praise on this ship, but I can't do it. Unbelievable. If I were a travel agent, I would want to be honest with my customers and say, I can't book you on this cruise. But I can bet you that the commissions being paid by MSC would be pretty generous to get business on board. It's a conflict. It's a conflict. That's why I'm glad I'm not a travel agent. And I'm not in a conflict position here. Debbie Manuel, group cruise, she's saying. Samantha Farmer, Maurice, they don't need dry dock. All they need is to set aside a week and wanting to fix it. Maurice, you should book Seaside and report it back to us to see if they changed. Yeah, let me be the guinea pig. Mark the Lost Traveler, cruise meeting at Bruce's house. Come on up to Creston. We're going to hang out at Bruce's house in Creston. No, I don't think so. Sylvan Forrest, I want to go on that group cruise. I need a cruise before I move to Costa Rica. That's right, because I'm moving, baby. Too damn cold for me here in Florida, Sylvan saying. DJ Rod 34, her foot was only a small cut, so just put a plaster on it, Benny. The lifeguard didn't even care, said it was the filter. I even complained about all the problems at customer services, never got back to me. I can tell you why they never got back to you. It's all they get. They're completely shell-shocked. They hate their lives. They hate their jobs. They don't want that job. They want out. It's all they're getting. Complaints every cruise, every day, every hour. It's unbelievable. I know they're not calling it back. They've already had it up to here with the complaints. They're dying down there. They're dying. I'm telling you, it's terrible. Mark is saying maybe put the people who built it onto the ship for a week and see how they feel after. I'm sure they would fix it then. Yeah, I mean, maybe maybe get those guys with their wives and kids and put them all around that poop smell area for a week, and let's see how it goes. Unbelievable! It's just unbelievable. Maurice is saying maybe they should do that. Mark the Lost Traveler saying abandon ship, abandon ship. Oh my, the comments. What are you going to do? Other news I had today for you was Royal Caribbean announced they are building the largest water park in the Caribbean at Coco Cay in the Bahamas. That's their private area that they control. They're doing a major renovation there. They're going to add the largest freshwater pool in the Caribbean down there, a large wave pool. They're going to operate a helium balloon capable of taking, I think, 10 people at a time up into the air. It'll be like held up with ropes. If you've ever been to Berlin, Germany, right where Checkpoint Charlie is in Berlin, there's a helium balloon that goes up every hour on the hour. It can hold about 10 people at a time. It's been there for years and very popular right by Checkpoint Charlie. You get great views of the city from up there. It'd be kind of a neat ride. But that's what they're going to do at this island. But I would imagine on windy days it won't go up because they'll send it up and it'll go over here. The line will be here and the balloon will be up here. I don't want to do that. What was I going to say? Also, the wave pool, the biggest water slide in the Caribbean. They're going to have 13 slides. It's going to be 135 feet tall, 13 and a half stories high at its highest point. This wave pool, these water rides, going to be unbelievable. They're going to install. They have a zip line. They're talking about 1,600 feet long for the zip line with a splash ending, so you end up in a pool when the ride is over. So that's what's being built by Royal Caribbean. This is a trend, folks, that we're going to see a lot more of. It wouldn't surprise me down the road where we're going to have a scenario where there's a 7-day cruise and there's going to be 3 stops. 2 are going to be on private islands. 1 might be Saint Martin or St. Thomas or San Juan maybe, or Cayman Islands, if that. Because if the cruise line can keep you on the ship for 7 days, 2 of those onshore days are on their own private island, you're only off the ship 1 day where you could be spending money with somebody else other than them. And that's what's happening here with the Caribbean. Carnival is building additional private islands, private cays. They're going to have that. Carnival, of course, will allow that for Princess Cruises, Holland America Cruises, Cunard ships. Royal Caribbean will have Celebrity and Royal Caribbean ships at their private quay. Norwegian is doing it. This is how you close the store. You close it in so that when you're on that ship, it could well be that for all 7 days, you can only spend money with them. You won't even have the chance to spend money with any local or any tour guide or any onshore bar that you find, because you're not going to be taken to one. So this is coming. I think this is the way it's headed for the Caribbean in particular. Now, certain islands in the Caribbean are unsuitable for cruise lines to go to for a myriad of reasons. And the number one is security. Certain islands, they're not going to take you there unless they can take you to a private, secure facility that they own and operate and have their own security for. Disney is like that as well with their private cays. They do the same thing. So this is kind of where the world is headed here in the Caribbean to a greater and greater extent. It will be interesting to see how this all sort of plays out as time goes by. Let's see here. Let me just see here. Coming back. Abandoned ship, Mark said. Bob Hollis, sounds like it is not just mechanical, but cultural as well. Yeah, there's both issues. Absolutely right. Tammy is asking, are there any other ships having as many issues right now? No. There was a ship. I believe it was. I should know this. Was it Celebrity or was it Princess? I think it was a Princess-operated cruise ship that was having propulsion problems. one of its azipods wasn't operating at full capacity. So the ship couldn't reach top cruising speed, which meant that shore excursions were shorter. Instead of leaving at, say, 5 or 6 in the evening, the ship would leave at 3. And the next day would get into port at 10 instead of at 7. They would cut back the number of stops. But that ship is now, I believe, is in dry dock now, being repaired. But this MSC Seaside is having nightmares all unto itself for a myriad of reasons. And the one I was just reading off here to you from a traveler who was just on it. Samantha Farmer, we should do a group cruise. And there'll be $100 in total each for 7 days. Laugh out loud. The more we can book, the better of a deal we can negotiate, perhaps. Leslie's, I'll be on Seaside in December. I couldn't get out of going, she said. I'm hoping by December a lot will have been fixed by then. Please. Tammy Ray, would be good to know before booking anything. I agree with that. Leslie Lovey's, thank goodness I love opera. Mark the Lost Traveler, 3rd day on the Norwegian Getaway is up on the tube. He just loaded his 3rd video. That's right. Mark has a travel a channel on YouTube. Samantha Farmer, Tammy Ray, a lot of Carnival ships are old and not in good shape. Go with the Vista class, I say. They're the newest class. They just had the Vista. Now they're bringing out the Horizon next month. Sounds really exciting. Sounds great. Debbie Manuel, Leslie Lovelace, I am sure trouble on ship will be fixed by then. That's December. Tammy Ray, I've always gone on Carnivals, and I've always had great cruises. Very friendly staff as well. Cam Wilson, same Tammy for Cam. Mark the Lost Traveler, just going with just going to their local island, they will hurt some of the port's income. Yeah, that's right. If they're not going to go to Dominica, or they're not going to go to St. Croix, if they're not going to go to San Juan as often, yeah, that's going to hurt economies there big time. Samantha Farmer, Tammy Ray, don't go on Royal Caribbean, then you will find out what you are missing. Don't go on RC, then you'll find. I think she's saying if you do go on Royal Caribbean, you'll see what you're missing. I'm not sure how she's saying that. Charlie Baum, I'm going to Coco Cay in December. I'll let you know. Charlie, thank you. Loves to travel, saying I've been on Carnival, Princess, Celebrity, all in America, and I like Carnival the best. There you go. There, when you find it, if you like it, you stick to it. Absolutely. There's a reason Carnival has so many ships. I mean, they're doing something right. They've had issues with inspections lately, but overall, they've had a lot of fans. Tammy Ray, I thought about Royal Caribbean, but I like that I never had any extra costs to worry about. Very good. Bruce, I meant the Seaside, laugh out loud. Debbie Emanuel, Mark the Lost will check out website after Bruce signs off. Yeah, Mark, we'll be on for another 5 hours. I'm going 5 hours tonight, and then I'm just kidding. I'm running out of time. I still haven't had any bribes from any of you folks who want to see my wife, so you're not seeing her. No super chat, no wife. Isku Park, I just subbed Bruce. We'll continue to watch. Keep up the good work, sir. Thank you very much, and welcome aboard. Great to have you here. Leslie Lovelace, I sure hope so, Debbie. Okay, there we go. Fantastic. Now, trivia. I was going to get to some cruise ship trivia. You want me to do some cruise ship trivia, or should I save it for tomorrow's show? We're getting kind of late. Just let me know. I can do that. Also, thumbs ups. I've got 31 thumbs ups tonight. Only one down. Usually I get 2 thumbs downs, but what the hey, we'll take it. If you want to give me some thumbs ups today, I would love that. If you can spare some, folks. But I've got some cruise ship trivia questions for you. If any of you want to check these out or try it. Otherwise, I'll do it tomorrow. Leslie's saying yes. Debbie's saying yes, trivia. Are you sure? I mean, really, you really want me to do trivia? I mean, I can hold it off. I can wait till next week. I mean, one trivia. Bruce Bob saying one trivia. Come on. Give us some trivia. Trivia, please, Sylvan. Okay, we'll do some trivia. All right, here we go. I'm going to do some trivia with you. Okay, we're going to do cruise ships and movies. Here we go. I want to know if you can name the name of this movie. Now, this might be a toughie. I don't want to start you with something that might turn you off, but some of you might go Googling right away on me, so I got to watch you for that. But anyway, it's okay. This was Doris Day's first ever movie. The first time she acted on a movie. 1948. Anybody know the name of the movie that Doris Day was in? had to do with a romance on a cruise ship. Anybody got a thought on that? I know there's a delay here, so I know I'm talking and you are just hearing it, and I'll see if the answers come in on this one. 1948 movie, Doris Day's first ever movie. Anyone have the name of that movie? Titanic. Cam Wilson's going, Titanic? You know, the one where she holds her arms out? Was that Doris Day? No. Mark the Lost Traveler saying, do not disturb. No, it was not do not disturb. Debbie Emanuel, dang, older than I am. Tammy Ray, Cruise of the Nile. No, no. Hint. I don't have to give you a hint. Bob Hollis has it. Romance on the High Seas. Actually, I gave you a hint. I said it was a romance movie on the seas, and there it was. Yeah, that was right. Let's do another one. Let's do another one. We say this one should take you all of 10 seconds. And I'm going to try to make it a little harder than it'll be. But Sleepless in Seattle with Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan, a love story about a guy who is an architect in Seattle and a gal living in Baltimore as a writer. The gal, had a girlfriend. I'm trying to remember her name right now, and I can't. Actress Rosie O'Donnell. Sorry, Rosie. And they watched a movie together that was shot in 1957. And it was about a romance on a ship. What was the name of that movie? It was a movie within a movie. And bonus points to any of you, and I'm going to say this to the guys because you guys should know this. There was another movie in the movie that was mentioned by Tom Hanks and I think his brother-in-law in this movie. I'm not sure. That was shot in 1967. And they were pretending to cry. What do we got here? We have Mark the Lost Traveler, African Queen, Randy Lucas, no clue, but Michelle is cheating. Google, she's cheating. Mark the Lost Traveler, Britannia, Leslie's Lovelies, Castaway, all wrong by the way. Desi Wagner, Love Affair. No, not Love Affair. Izu Park, A Love Affair. No, that's not the name of the movie, but it's close. Leslie Lovely's A League of Their Own. That was a Tom Hanks movie, right? Yeah, it wasn't the one I'm thinking about. Izu Park, 1957, folks. Debbie Emanuel, oh, such a great question. Don't remember. Leslie Lovely's You've Got Mail. Yeah, 1957. You've Got Mail. All about all about how the internet was taking over the world in 1957 and how people were chatting to each other on chat groups in 1957. You've got mail. No. You've got snail mail? No, no. Mark the Lost Traveler, U-571, the U-boat movie, the one about the President Kennedy, that one, U-boat 571. That's not it. No, no. Mark the Lost Traveler, Saving Mr. Banks. It's got to be it. It's got to be Saving Mr. Banks. No. The Lady Killers. Leslie's is saying The Lady Killers. No. Michelle Lucas, An Affair to Remember. Bingo. Who starred in An Affair to Remember? Do you remember that, folks? Tell me who starred in An Affair to Remember, and tell me the name of the movie that Tom Hanks was talking about to his, I think, brother-in-law in the movie, where they were pretending to cry because his wife or his sister-in-law, who in real life is his wife, Tom Hanks's actual wife, was talking about An Affair to Remember. She was talking about that movie to them, and they talked to her about this movie that made them cry because of the sad event, the thing that happened. See if anyone's getting this. I smell poop, Michelle is saying. Leslie Lovely's Joe's Volcano. No. Debbie Manuel, Michelle laughing out loud. Izu Park, Cary Grant, and Deborah Kerr. Correct. And I said Sleepless in Seattle. The movie, Sleepless in Seattle. The movie An Affair to Remember was in that movie, a little clip. And there was not a clip of this movie, but a serious mention of this movie from 1967 that was talked about. Rita Wilson is correct. That's who the wife, Tom Hanks' real wife, is Rita Wilson. She was the actress talking about An Affair to Remember to Tom Hanks and the other actor. And those two guys went off on a tangent to talk about this 1967. I'll give you a hint. It's a World War II movie. It starred Telly Savalas. Let's see if anyone gets it. I'll give you a big hint. It starred, what's his first name, Bruce? Starred Brown. What was his name? The running back, the former running back for the Cleveland Indians. Brown, the running back, Brown. What was his actual first name? I don't remember. Maybe you folks know. Sleepless in Seattle. What am I talking about? I'm terrible at trivia. Loves to travel saying, I'm terrible at trivia. I'm having so much fun with this. Oh my goodness. Telly Savalas and Brown, not Brown, Cleveland Browns. And the all-time leading running back for the Cleveland Browns. He's still alive. He's in his 80s. The Dirty Dozen. Here it is. I finally saw it. First, somebody said, Leslie said Dog Day Afternoon. The Dirty Dozen. Mark the Lost Traveler. You looked it up on Google, didn't you? Leslie Lovely is laughing out loud. Izu Park got The Dirty Dozen. Jim Brown. Thank you, Mark. Thank you. You saved me on that. I couldn't figure his first name. Jim Brown. Mark, Bob Hollis, Jim Brown, Debbie Manuel. Yes, The Dirty Dozen. And it was that tragic scene when Jim Brown is running around throwing those hand grenades down those chimneys, and then the sniper shot him. I love that whole scene. Fantastic movie. All right, next trivia question. Are you ready for the next one, you guys? We're getting on, but what the hey? I've got a movie here. I don't know if you're going to get this one, but I'll throw it out to you. It was shot in 1994, and it starred Annette Bening and Warren Beatty, and it also had Katharine Hepburn, and it was the last movie Katharine Hepburn ever made before she passed away. What was the name of that movie? Took place on an ocean liner on a cruise ship. Anybody got a clue on that? Mark the Lost Traveler saying, saw that movie 2 nights ago. Which one? Sleepless in Seattle or The Dirty Dozen? Probably, I bet you watched The Dirty Dozen. That's the one you were watching. Let's see. Can you do something later? Can I do something later? Like what? What can I do? I am going to bed later. I'm going to be exhausted after this. Is a love affair. Bingo. Izu Park. He did it. A love affair. Mark the Lost Traveler. Heaven can't wait. Heaven can't wait. Love affair, Sylvan. You got it. Mark the Lost Traveler. Yes, yes. Love can't wait. Well done. Love Affair was the name of that 1994 movie with Warren Beatty, Annette Bening, and Katharine Hepburn. Okay, this one should be easy. This is easy peasy, guys. This isn't a hard one at all. You guys should be able to get this very, very quickly. I almost don't even tell you anything about it. But I'm going to say this much. The actual ship that was used in this movie in real life, the real life ship was the Westerdam on Holland America. It was in this movie, pardon me. The movie was made in 1997, 19 years ago. I can't believe it's already 1997. That's how far back it was. Someone just did something here. What's going on? Don't know what's going on. Don't know what's going on. Sorry, folks. Let's see here. I'm not sure what's going on here. My phone is just acting up on me now. I don't know what's happening. No idea what's going on. Okay, the movie was shot in 1997, and it starred Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon, and it was actually shot. Parts of this movie were shot on the Westerdam, Holland, America. Anybody got a clue what that is? What the name of that movie is? And tell me if you can. I actually accidentally signed out of my own channel, so I'm going back in here to see if you guys have answered the question for me. Here we go. Bruce is live, looking at Top Chat. Let's see. Leslie Lovely says, I went on bus tour off Seattle before my 2008 Alaskan cruise, and we got out on the road and reenacted the scene. of the movie. Oh, I see what you're talking about. You were on the tour where they shot that scene. Excellent, excellent. That's where she's walking across the street. I think that's where you, or did you do that one down at the market? What's tiramisu? Remember that line? Mark the Lost Traveler, QE2, no. Leslie Lovely's Titanic, no. Loves to Travel, Titanic, no. Sylvan Forrest has it, Out to Sea. That's right. Now tell me, guys, what jobs did Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon have on that cruise ship? What were their jobs? What were they supposed to be doing on that cruise ship? One of them thought that they were actually on a cruise to have some fun, found out, no, I've been put to work and I'm now what am I? What was the job they were going to do that? Gentleman escorts is one way of saying it. Yes, true. I give up, Leslie says. Out to Sea. Randy Lucas just sent me $2. Thanks, Randy. I'm getting a hot dog at Costco again. Actually, I got one on my first show. This one's for my wife. Oh man, I've seen it, but I can't think of that movie. Leslie Lovelace, yes. Cam Wilson, Jack Lemmon, eh? Is it Poseidon? No, no, no. Leslie Lovelace saw the houseboat. Oh, you saw the houseboat on the tour. Leslie Lovelace's houseboat. Mark the Lost Traveler, waiter. No, they weren't waiters. Leslie Love's dance instructors. Not quite. They were dance hosts. Dance hosts for single ladies that needed a dancer to dance with them. They had to dance with women. Gayleen got it too. Yay, Randy and Michelle, Debbie saying. Dance partners. Well done, Charlie. You got it. That was the movie. That Jack Lemmon thought he got a cruise. Walter Matthau, the scumbag, put him up to it to make him a dance host. That's right. Silver Sea cruises still have those on some sailings. Is that so? Yeah, that's right. That's true. Okay, next trivia question. See if you can get this one here. The ship that was used in the movie was the Seabourn Legend. It was shot in 1997, the same year as the Walter Matthau Jack Lemmon movie, Out to Sea. And it starred Sandra Bullock. Any ideas? Let's see if you guys get that one. Sandra Bullock, 1997, and they were using the ship Seabourn Legend. And I'll see if you guys can get this one right. Mark the Lost Traveler. Wow, it's been 1.5 hours. Time flies when you're having fun on my channel. Let me tell you, we're having fun tonight. We aren't going much longer though. I can tell you that right now. We're getting near the end. Any ideas, folks? 1997. Sandra Bullock was the star of the show. Wilson. Leslie Lovelace. While You Were Sleeping. Nope, not While You Were Sleeping. No. Kathy Butler. Speed 2. Correct. The first one was Speed, where she was driving that bus. Don't let it go under 50 miles an hour. The second one was Speed 2. What island did they crash into at the end of the movie? When that ship crashed onto shore, what island was it? Do you know? I've read that today. See if anyone's getting that. Betsy Lane saw it this last week. Sylvan Forrest had Speed 2. Leslie's is saying Miss Congeniality. That little FBI agent on that cruise ship, right? No, that's not what it was. What island did that ship crash into at the end of the movie? That would be an interesting question to answer. Anybody got it? Yeah, Betsy has it. Saint Martin, right there. Second part of the title, Saint Martin. Fantastic. Well done. Sylvan, you got it as well. Saint Martin. Well done, you guys. Okay, I got one more for you. One last trivia, and I'm going to call it a night. This was The Poseidon Adventure is the name of the movie. I'm giving it away because we did it already, 1972. I want to know the actual ship that scenes were shot on for that movie. What actual ship was used to shoot some of the scenes of The Poseidon Adventure? Anyone got an answer to that question? And it would make a lot of sense to me. It made a lot of sense when I heard it. Leslie is saying I was in the same ballpark that time. Fantastic. What ship was being used by the producers of the Poseidon Adventure for some of the shots for that movie? Actual real ship. Anybody know? Let's see, Queen Mary, Wilson, right off the get-go. You nailed it. Yeah, the Queen Mary. They probably used the ship for the initial scenes in the ballroom. Some of the nice interior shots. They were using the Queen Mary as props for that. Absolutely right. It was the Queen Mary, and you nailed it right away. I had a couple of others, but I didn't want to put you through too much more torture on some of these. But every once in a while, I'll bring some trivia out, and hopefully we'll have some fun with that. Randy Lucas is saying, because it was a disaster movie, was it the MSC Seaside? It's the kind of ship that to get out, you have to go down to get out because it's upside down, which means you got to go towards the smell. I think people might want to just die on it. I'll just stay in the ballroom and die here, please. Don't make me go down there. Sylvan got it right, and so did Wes Morrison. I was right, laughing out loud. Can't believe it. He got it right. Fantastic. You nailed it, guys. Well, I'm going to call this a night. Thanks for the thumbs ups tonight, all of you guys. I think we got 40 thumbs ups. Thank you very much, you guys. That's great. We've had a good long show tonight. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. I'll be on tomorrow, Friday night at 5 o'clock Eastern time. And then I'll be on Saturday at 2 o'clock Eastern time for my regular Saturday show. And we'll come up with other topics to talk about. And if I come up with some more trivia, I'll let you know. It's always fun to do that. Have a great evening, everybody. Everyone's saying good night. Michelle Lucas, everyone's a winner on this channel. Bob Hollis, we'll see you, Bruce. Kathy Butler, we need those ship on a stick trophies. Ship on a stick. That's right. Leslie Levies, thanks a lot, Bruce. Had a blast. Mark loves to travel. Good night, everybody. Cam Wilson, see you tomorrow, Bruce. Good night, everybody. Debbie Manuel, have a great night, everyone. Had fun as usual. Desi Wagner, good night, all. Mary Riggs, loved it. Kathy Butler, good night, all. Thank you, everybody. This is Bruce with Traveling with Bruce saying thank you for joining me today twice on my show today, making this channel probably the fastest growing YouTube cruise ship channel there is. I'm just so happy to be doing this, and I love the participation you guys are giving me. I just think it's fantastic. Anyone who hasn't subscribed, please subscribe. If you know someone who'd like to become a subscriber, tell them what we're doing. Get them to hit that button. Get them to hit that button. Make them subscribe to the channel, and we'll get them to join in on the fun with us. And I will see you guys tomorrow night at 5 o'clock. In the meantime, have a good night. Thanks again. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.